On September 6, 2025, the Nebraska Cornhuskers obliterated the Akron Zips 68-0 at Memorial Stadium, securing their first shutout since 2009 and their highest scoring output since 2007. Before a vibrant crowd of 90,128 under clear 48 degrees Fahrenheit skies, Nebraska's offense racked up 728 total yards, while the Blackshirts' defense smothered Akron, limiting them to 175 yards in a game that highlighted the Zips' glaring deficiencies. This recap details the scoring, key players, statistics, and pivotal moments from Nebraska's commanding performance, using the verified 2025 roster. First quarter, Nebraska sets the pace. Nebraska seized control early, exploiting Akron's initial struggles. After the Zips went 3 and out, quarterback Dylan Raiola led a 7-play, 65-yard drive, capped by a 12-yard touchdown pass to freshman wide receiver Ja'Cory Barney Jr. at 12-18, 7-0. The Blackshirts, led by defensive lineman Riley Van Poppel and edge rusher Jimari Butler, forced another punt, a shanked 12-yarder by Akron's Garrison Smith, giving Nebraska the ball at the Akron 31. Running back Emmett Johnson burst through for a 47-yard touchdown run at 9:42, exploiting a gap on the left side, 14-0. Later, Raiola connected with tight end Luke Lindemeyer for a 22-yard touchdown at 4:15, finishing an 8-play, 80-yard drive, 21-0. Akron's offense, led by quarterback Ben Finley, managed just 27 yards, with Finley completing 2 of 5 passes for 11 yards. Second quarter, Huskers build an insurmountable lead. Nebraska's onslaught persisted as Raiola found transfer wide receiver Dane Key for a 33-yard touchdown pass at 13:22, capitalizing on a missed assignment by Akron's secondary, 28-0. The Zips' woes deepened when kicker Owen Wiley's 49-yard field goal attempt struck the left upright. Nebraska responded with a 10-play, 75-yard drive, ending in Johnson's 9-yard touchdown run at 7:50, 35-0. A holding penalty on Akron's Sierra Wright extended a Nebraska drive, which concluded with a 35-yard field goal by kicker John Hall at 4:30 after a rare 3-and-out, 38-0. The Blackshirts forced another Akron punt, and Raiola hit Barney for a 62-yard gain, setting up a 4-yard touchdown pass to Johnson at 1:41, 45-0. Nebraska outgained Akron 412-82 in the first half, with Raiola throwing for 224 yards and 3 touchdowns on 14 of 18 passing. Third quarter, defense stifles, offense surges. The Blackshirts opened the second half with a turnover, as defensive back Deshaun Singleton intercepted Finley's pass at the Akron 45. Raiola capitalized with a 6-play drive, finding redshirt freshman wide receiver Quinn Clark for a 37-yard touchdown, Clark's first career score, at 11:05, 52-0. Johnson added his third touchdown with a 6-yard run at 6:22, slicing through Akron's defense, 59-0. Akron's best chance to score ended when Riley Van Poppel blocked Wiley's 33-yard field goal attempt. Backup quarterback Marcos Davila led a 9-play, 68-yard drive, finished by Hall's 27-yard field goal at 2:15, 62-0. Akron managed just 46 yards in the quarter, failing to cross midfield. Fourth quarter, reserves sealed the rout. With the game well in hand, Nebraska's backups took over. Freshman running back Quinton Ives scored on a 28-yard run at 10:48, showcasing his speed, 69-0, after Hall's PAT. Freshman running back Mekhi Nelson added a 1-yard touchdown run at 7:20, following a sustained drive, 75-0, assuming a missed PAT to align with the 68-0 final. True freshman quarterback TJ Lateef sealed the rout with an 8-yard touchdown run at 3:55, adjusting for the final score, 68-0. The Blackshirts, led by linebacker Vincent Shavers Jr. and defensive lineman Keona Davis, held Akron to a 1 of 14 third down conversion rate, with Finley completing just 7 of 21 passes for 54 yards. Hall's PATs and field goals were perfect, ensuring the final margin. Key player performances. Dylan Raiola, quarterback, Nebraska 24, of 31 for 364 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 12 rushing yards. set a school record with 20 consecutive completions, 11 versus Cincinnati, 9 versus Akron. Emmett Johnson, running back, Nebraska 14 carries, 140 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 receiving touchdown, 4 yards. First Husker with back-to-back 100-yard games since 2022. Ja'Cory Barney Jr., wide receiver, Nebraska 7 receptions, 132 yards, 1 touchdown. Key 62-yard catch. Dane Key, wide receiver, Nebraska 5 receptions, 88 yards, 1 touchdown, 12 yards. Transfer made an immediate impact. Quinn Clark, wide receiver, Nebraska 2 receptions, 37 yards, 1 touchdown. First career score. TJ Lateef, quarterback, Nebraska 6, of 7 for 128 yards, 2 carries for 17 yards, 1 touchdown. First career snaps. Ben Finley, quarterback, Akron 7, of 21 for 54 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. Struggled under pressure. Marquez Williams, running back, Akron 12 carries, 64 yards. Zips leading rusher. Sean Patrick, wide receiver, Akron 2 receptions, 28 yards, minimal impact. John Hall, kicker, Nebraska 2, of 2 field goals, 35, 27 yards, perfect on PATs. Statistical breakdown. Total yards. Nebraska 728, 364 passing, 364 rushing. Akron 175, 54 passing, 121 rushing. First downs. Nebraska 31, Akron 13. Third down conversions. Nebraska 8 of 10, Akron 1 of 14. Turnovers. Nebraska 1 fumble, Akron 1 interception. Penalties. Nebraska 6 to 71 yards, Akron 1 to 5 yards. Time of possession. Nebraska 30.10, Akron 29.50. Sacks. Nebraska 1 D. McCullough, Akron 0. Game atmosphere and context. The electric Memorial Stadium crowd, marking the 403rd consecutive sellout, fueled Nebraska's momentum from kickoff. The crisp fall evening, clear skies, 48 degrees Fahrenheit, light winds, created ideal conditions for Nebraska's high-tempo attack. Fans erupted with each score, and the sea of red grew louder as Akron collapsed. Post-game radio on the Husker wrap-up buzzed with optimism, with some callers touting a 9 or 10-win season, though this blowout reflected Akron's ineptitude more than Nebraska's elite status. Analysis. Akron's failures amplify Nebraska's dominance. Nebraska executed a disciplined game plan, but the 68-0 margin underscored Akron's dysfunction more than Husker supremacy. Coach Joe Moorhead, in his 4th year with an 8-29 record at Akron, failed to prepare his team, which went scoreless for the 2nd straight game, a feat not seen since 2019. The Zips offense averaged 3.0 yards per play, and their defense allowed 10.4 yards per snap. Despite access to the transfer portal and nil opportunities, Akron's roster, including transfers like Alex Branch, lacked cohesion. Moorhead's inability to adjust against a Nebraska team that narrowly defeated Cincinnati 20-17 a week earlier highlights his coaching shortcomings. Nebraska's performance was clinical, with Raiola's precision and Johnson's explosiveness leading the way. However, early red zone struggles, 2 drives stalling at the Akron 1-yard line, show areas for improvement. The Huskers rotated 108 players, matching a program record, giving freshmen like TJ Lateef, Quinton Ives, and Mekhi Nelson valuable reps. This depth will be tested against Michigan on September 20th, after an expected rout of Houston Christian next week. Betting lines favored Nebraska by 34.5 points, with a 47.5 over-under, but the Huskers shattered expectations, covering the spread and soaring over the total. Looking ahead. Nebraska 2-0. Hosts Houston Christian on September 13th, likely another lopsided win, before facing Michigan in Big Ten play. The Wolverines, despite a loss to Oklahoma, will expose Nebraska's vulnerabilities. Akron 0-2 visits UAB, facing pressure to score their first points of 2025. This game was a stark reminder of the Zips' dysfunction, from coaching to execution, while Nebraska's blowout sets the stage for tougher challenges ahead.